Thank you for joining me on this episode of Highway Spec. We are going to jump right into it. We're going to spec out a brand new BMW M4. First thing we gotta do is decide, do we want to go coupe, convertible? To me, there really isn't much of an option between these two. Now, the coupe profile, I think, works really well with the 4 Series, minus the grille. That is still a sticking point for me, even though I've seen multiple of them on the road. But for some reason, you chop the roof off. The convertible one just does not look right, so we're going to go ahead and spec out a coupe. All right, so it's saying let's pick out this popular combination. It looks really good. It does, but I'm going to do things a little bit differently. So let's check out how I would spec out a BMW M4. You do have the base M4 model, you do have the M4 competition coupe, and then the competition xDrive coupe, all-wheel drive. Makes 30 more horsepower than the base M4 coupe, but that all-wheel drive capability really knocks down that 0 to 60 time, makes 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. It does start at $82,700, but we're going with it anyway.
I do what I want.
All right, so the biggest question that you have, what color do you choose? You've got the $0 options, Alpine White, Sao Paulo Yellow, but we get into the metallic colors and even the frozen colors, which are the matte finish, which do look really nice. However, they do require a little bit more care. That said, I've seen this Isle of Man green. I love it in person. However, it's not for me. Given that I don't necessarily love the grille, we're going to go with black. Tone it down a little bit. See if we can make it not quite as glaring. So here's an image from the front 3/4 view, which I think is personally my least favorite view of the new M4. And I think being in all black, I think that looks actually quite nice. It tones down some of the craziness that they've introduced into that front end, like those scallops in the hood. And you've got the grille, obviously. And then I think it just looks a lot more attractive. The rear end does look very good.
Damn!
All right, next up is the wheel, and as attractive as this wheel is, I do think I want to try something a little bit different, a little more traditional 5-spoke wheels. All right, so these do have a brushed lip there on the end. Not my favorite, but it is still a better looking wheel design in my opinion, so we're going to go with it. All right, now this is where you can get a little bit crazy. I have seen this interior in person. Not my favorite, but it is bold, and I love that BMW is willing to make bold choices.
That's bold.
I really do like this two-tone gray and black, but for me, I do like something a little bit more bold.
What?
But for me, I do like something a little bit more bold, so the Kyalami orange on black, yeah, I think that's going to be the ticket, so let's go ahead. Somewhat controversially, I think I'm going to spec this out more of a GT car rather than a race car, even though it is the competition model.
How dare you?
So keep that in mind. I am going to add the driver assistant professional package just so I can make this a little bit easier on the long drives. I've never personally had a vehicle with that will park itself. I have seen it in action before, and I don't think I use it enough to really make it worthwhile, and I can parallel park.
Oh, humble brag, humble brag, humble brag.
So not going to do the parking assistant package. Now the executive package, only $1,550, does add a power tailgate, which is okay. You've got the heated steering wheel, which is a must, heads-up display, which is nice, and then the remote engine start from the key fob as well as the app, so we're going to go ahead and add that to the build. And here's where people don't necessarily like the options I choose. Moonroof, the most popular older model M3s, M4s are the ones that are slick top, no moonroof because they're the lightest weight. I get that, but I want a moonroof. I'm going to do it. Also going to add the ventilated seats because they are very convenient to have. I am going to stay away from the M Carbon bucket seats. We are going to add the drive recorder. Although this is not a track focused car, I am going to take it to the track if I were to purchase this vehicle. So we are going to add the M Drive Professional, but the regular M brakes rather than the carbon ceramics. Because we have a black exterior, we are going to add the M Shadowline lights to help darken it a little bit. I know I'm not going with black wheels. I don't want to completely black it out, but I do want to kind of, again, tone down that front end, so we're going to go with blacked out lights. Finally, we are going to add the M Drivers package because it raises the top speed and it gives you the one-day high-performance driving class at BMW Performance Center, which it will be really cool. So $2,500 brings the total to $91,450. That is a lot when the BMW M3 M4 used to be something that you'd get in the $50,000, $60,000 range, and it's just crept up over the years. And I understand this is a high-end model, but if I were to spec out an M4 competition xDrive coupe, this is the way I would do it, and I'm standing by it. Make sure to drop a comment below to let me know how you would spec it out. I'd love to see what you would do differently. But thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.